Hi, we're the Wave Runners. Our sustainable development goal is Life on Land, which is goal 15. All right, so general theme. Between the 4 projects, we all have a common theme of keeping the environment safe and protecting the biosphere and the wildlife within it. Some specific examples include protecting the biosphere from invasive species like plants and animals, maintaining the ecosystem within the biosphere, and advocating for troubled animals.
So, how are these issues affecting Southwest Florida? Plant life in the biosphere would be preserved, which allows ecosystems to continue to self-regulate without interruption. And this is done by preserving parks and cleaning them up regularly will prevent animals from getting sick from trash and other forms of pollution. And this will keep our ecosystem out of risk of deterioration. In Lee County, it has a high amount of kill shelters within it. So by advocating and donating to these non-kill shelters, many domestic animals will continue to live and stay off the streets. And this will prevent them from invading more ecosystems.
Connections to Sustainable Development Goal. Our collective Sustainable Development Goal is goal number 15, Life on Land. It revolves around sustainably managing forests, combating desertification, halt and reverse land degradation, and the halt of biodiversity loss. With our community partners' help, we are able to contribute to this goal by protecting and caring for the environment, raising awareness for animals, focusing on invasive species, and maintaining the biosphere.
These community-based issues are important because of the way we take care of our environment affects our biosphere and our quality of life on Earth. Invasive plants and animals disrupt the biosphere and affect the native organisms who live in it and around these habitats. There is a correlation between animal abusers and child abusers, and protecting and caring for the environment results in a higher living quality for everyone in the community. And maintaining the biosphere will help keep it in check and make sure we're regulating resources and for all living organisms. This is a quote I found was really relevant to what was going on right now. Human activity has altered almost 75% of Earth's surfaces, squeezing wildlife and nature into ever smaller corner of the planet and increasing risks of zoonotic diseases like COVID-19. I'm Daphne, and I worked with Haven on Earth Animal League. Their goal is to provide tender care and permanent placement into living homes for cats and dogs at risk of danger due to abuse, neglect, and/or abandonment. They're against kill shelters and animal abuse. Some project goals include caring for pets in custody and focus on finding them safe and secure in living homes, educate our adopters on how to correctly care for our pets and make sure they are protected from abuse and neglect of owners. This is all valid because in one study of families under investigation for suspected child abuse, researchers found that pet abuse occurred in 88% of families under supervision for physical abuse of their children. So educating people will help. And by keeping them out of kill shelters, they're treated much better and kept off the streets, protecting the biosphere and others from them.
Hi, I'm Stanley, and I also volunteered to work with HEAL, which stands for Haven on Earth Animal League, and their goal is providing tender care and permanent placement into loving homes for cats and dogs at risk of danger due to abuse or abandonment. So this is a community need because a lot of times when you think of like what's wrong with the world and like what's wrong with the community, not many people think of like animal shelters. And nearly half of the animal shelters in Lee County are high kill. And this is because they take all animals, no matter like their age or like what kind of breed they are. And since they run out of room, they're forced to euthanize a lot of these animals, which also leads to funding because they are nonprofit and a lot of them don't get funding. So they're using their own money or just based on donations, which is what HEAL is doing. In the picture on the right, this is us at PetSmart, and we were cleaning the cages and cleaning the bowls. And then in the bottom right, the cat's name is Twiggy, and we took Twiggy to the vet. My project goals for this CEP is to raise money. I want to raise the adoption rate from HEAL, and I want to raise the amount of vet checkups that these HEAL animals are receiving. Our sustainable development goal is goal 15, and we want to raise awareness of biodiversity. We want to bring awareness to the amount of disease that these animals have, and also the amount of animals that are being euthanized every day.
Hi, I'm Haley. My community partner was Haven on Earth Animal League, which is HEAL. The organization's goals is to act against animal homelessness, fighting for humane rights and care for the cats, and fighting against animal cruelty and euthanasia. How it relates to life on land is it helps maintain biodiversity, and overabundance of these animals affects the environment. A lot of people, they decide that they don't want their pets, and then these shelters will turn them away, so they're just dumping it on the street, which leads to an overabundance of these animals running around, and that increases homelessness, and the biodiversity gets disrupted by that. So this picture on the right, this is Twiggy, as Stanley just mentioned. We completed a fetch and carry, which you can see his lip is kind of swollen in the picture. So we picked him up from the organization, took him to the vet, got him his carrying needs, and then brought him back. And then on the bottom left, this is an adoption events calendar. That's something that we also do there, is help organize these. So yeah.
Hi, I'm Colin. My community partner is the Lake Manatee State Park. While working with park rangers and staff, their goal is to provide a natural landscape that encompasses the beauty of nature, as well as working towards reforestation and the removal of invasive plants. The project objectives include conservation of plant and animal species by providing a safe habitat for them to explore and grow, preservation of natural lands by contributing to reforestation and removal of invasive species to ensure that the land is protected from the destruction of human impact, education of volunteers and park visitors to enunciate the importance of nature and how its destruction can lead to climate change and ultimately the extinction of many plants and animals, including humans. This is a valid need not only for the community, but for the world. Climate change is rising due to massive deforestation and desertification on our natural lands. State parks are crucial to the survival of many plants and animal species. As more forest resources are being used, it is important to have state parks to preserve the natural beauty, historical landscape, and recreational activities that the land has to offer.
Here are citations. And is that pretty much it? Awesome. So let me figure